Hey there, my name is Pravus, and welcome to more Kapital, Sparks of Revolution. This video is sponsored by 1C Entertainment. Thank you to them for that. You guys can find a link in the description down below if you'd like to learn more about this game. So, in the last video, everything was looking really good for a while, and then all of a sudden, it really was not. Our happiness has absolutely plummeted. A lot of people are sad and depressed. We don't seem to be making a whole lot of progress in absolutely crucial areas. A lot of people are just going to start getting fed up and rioting against us pretty soon. And part of that is because the population continues to grow. We're drawing in a lot of immigrants that I frankly don't have enough jobs for to go around, which is a problem. And as people start dying of starvation or depression or just crime in general, we're going to be finding that, well, happiness continues to go down and is just going to continue to get worse and worse. So I'm a little bit concerned about everything that's going on over here. We're trying our darndest to get through this, but we don't have enough grain to work with. Something I really need to do is continue building up more efficiency in the form of innovations. Every day or so, you get 3 new options to research. Right now, I'm reducing the wear and tear on the train to try and make sure that it's constantly delivering a lot of food, and we did increase its capacity, which does help. But anything that would improve our production for food and alcohol is a top priority. Because an extra 15% production does mean you get more alcohol or more bread per 1 grain. So that means our grain goes further, and if there's anything we're missing right now, it's the fact that we literally don't have enough grain to take care of our people. There are other things that I desperately do need, though. One, we could get a pharmacy. I haven't even looked at this infrastructure tab yet. We talked only about production, but there's a whole bunch of options here, some of which are very, very helpful. The pharmacy, for example, is a building where we can sell medicine, so we'll make money, ideally, but also we boost up health of our people every time they visit, which could relieve some strain on my hospital. Also, if we got down a bit further here, we'd be able to unlock things like better canteens and cafes, or brick houses and mansions that provide some daily nutrition, relieving some of the pressure on my grain production right here. Right? These are options for me. I might very well need that. Something else I could consider doing is trying to build out some more factories. Now, that might seem like a dumb idea, but rather than go for another second shift, I'd rather just go ahead and start working on getting myself some extra production. That way, I don't have to worry about spending an extra 500 gold every time I want to produce more of a resource, and we can stop sacking all of our happiness with the workers, at least for a little bit. I don't know if it's going to do a lot, but we can try. I'm also going to place down another warehouse over here, because I'm a little bit worried that there's a chance that 2 trains arriving over the course of the night could get me over the cap in our grain. And if we are wasting any grain and having to throw it out because we didn't have enough capacity, then that's obviously a rather huge issue. A second warehouse, I think, deals with that for at least a while. We finish our anti-corruption over there. All right, good. More anti-corruption somewhere else. How about the police department? Nah, let's wait until, well, hang on. Does that... Nobles will be unhappy if we do this, is the thing. I want to get rid of this, but nobles apparently like being corrupt. And I really can't afford to lose much more happiness, or we're going to start having some riots. So maybe we can't afford to do that at the moment. I think we just kind of have to live with it, at least for a little bit. All right. Could try building out some more homes, but I really need to keep my wood because when the train arrives in a few minutes, we want to have enough wood to send it back on its merry, merry way. So there we go. Now we have some more grain to work with. Excellent. If I don't start getting more alcohol, so many people will be depressed that we're simply not going to be able to get back on track of this. I mean, remember, people don't go to places like the stalls and the boutiques unless their other needs have in some way been met, right? So, if I'm not meeting the needs of alcohol and food, we're not going to make enough money to continue building up our economy and getting a lot of other good stuff. We really need to get that under control. The cabaret battle. A bouncer and a drunk nobleman had a brawl. Upset the nobles or the bourgeois? In this case, I think I'm going to make the nobles happier because my hope, once we have another law, is I'm going to go for late shift. And this is going to be just like second shift. It's going to make the nobles unhappy. But what I can do is make people work over the night at the academy to get through some of this oh-so-crucial research a bit faster. So that's why we're going for that. Let's also go ahead and start producing more wood again. And what are we producing in the marketplace? Thank God something useful that's grain-based. More food. All right, research is done. What do we want now? We could go for better distillation. If I had the extra lumber, I would do that right now in a heartbeat. Again, more value per grain. Now we could, let's go ahead and click on it. I mean, we could go for faster research, but I'm just going to do this. Make that grain go further, dang it. I have to have that. The good news is we're starting to make a little bit of money again, so we're getting somewhere. An arms dealer was murdered. Oh no, Arthur Revenge. What a great name. This is going to lead into a new set of story events, because apparently now gangs are a thing. Yep, there's Sir Offenberg to break the bad news. We'll go ahead and skip the narratives, though, because again, I want you guys to be able to experience some of the story on your own. But what it's coming down to, if we go to security here, is in a little bit, they're going to detect a gang, and we're going to have to discover all the members of the gang and then raid them. That's really important. We could hire a private investigator to make this faster, but I don't have enough money to justify that, so I'm not going to do it. I mean, it really is that simple. I'm just not going to do it. So, laws. Really need that late shift, please. Can we work on that? Oh, by the way, you may be wondering why I haven't built the stock exchange we got unlocked in the last video. That's because I was an idiot and didn't pay attention to the fact that it does require bricks. We don't have bricks. That's something people have been telling me to get for a while, but we've been trying to deal with so many of our other basic needs that it hasn't really worked out, has it? So yeah, that's an issue. We are producing way more alcohol than we are food, but the good news is the marketplace offsets that a little bit. So I'm hoping this gets some of my numbers back, and we can start having people visit the stalls and boutique and get their happiness back here. Let's go for the late shift now. Then I'm going to go over here, and we're going to go ahead and spend this and make the nobles unhappy in order to get faster research. Done. What do we want next? None of these are very important, so we're going to go ahead and research the pharmacy. I would like to get some more health, because you can see a lot of people have been getting sick as of late. And if we don't find a way to deal with some of that sickness, well, you can imagine that that's a problem. One thing I also will do is go to my prison, and I'm going to go ahead and just do some amnesty on a lot of people. Free up some prison cells, get some happiness with people. The reason I want to do that is, one, I desperately need happiness, and two, it's really expensive to have prisoners, dang it. I'd rather just be seen as a really nice person who granted amnesty, even though it might very well cause more problems in the future. Now, I know we're holding on to a lot of grain over here. If we had more... I guess I could do a second shift, but I'm not going to. What we could do is get myself another food factory, and we can just kind of even up on what we're producing. I don't want to overproduce alcohol at the cost of food too much, am I right? I am glad to see that our money's going back up. That's nice. I just wish I had better things to do with my money. The only thing we can very reliably start building out is right now things like the sawmills. But I don't need more lumber production. What I need is bricks. So we're going to have to do, probably as soon as the pharmacy is done, if we don't see a really important innovation, is go for something like the second tier of technology and get those bricks unlocked, dang it. You need wood. You'll pay well. I can do that. I can deliver some wood in order to get some food. Absolutely. I will send this. And I'm even going to go ahead and do a second shift at the sawmill now so we can get enough wood to make sure we can refuel our train when it arrives in the next 49 minutes. You can see how things are just getting a little bit trickier as time goes on, can't you? It really is getting harder. And that's partly because, again, the population just continues to skyrocket. But really, I mean, they warned us, you're not going to be able to make everyone happy, and resources are going to be scarce. And sure enough, that is exactly what has been happening. Trying to get more of that wood production. I want to get back up to 150, but no one's working at the academy anymore anyway, so we'll see what the next innovation is going to be. If we can't get something good, we'll move on. All right, so none of those are great. Let's go ahead and start working on the fundamental research and start working toward those bricks. Okay, that only costs money and not any lumber. So what I'm going to do now is go here and start producing a couple of pharmacies, at least one or two. Give people something to do. We have a riot. Looks like nobles. 22 of them. They want alcohol. I don't have any, so I'm going to have to send the police and break you up. And this is going to be unpleasant because they're going to have to whack y'all with their batons. But you know what? This is just what happens. I mean, we could shoot to kill, but I can't kill the nobles. We need nobles. We don't have enough of them to go around. Dark magic. Not a top priority right now. Sounds like there might be some sort of fraud going on. Let's get a second pharmacy built up. Again, I'm just trying to have one, more income, but also two, more health. This is a good way of dealing with some of that. Some people died. All right, we'll get you next time. Yeah, but we have very unhappy people here, don't we? Never mind, we didn't disperse them properly. They're now attacking my palace. All right, this can happen. It will disperse on its own, but basically consider this... Oh, our police are dead. Consider this to basically be your hit points in the game. They're going to start attacking the palace. Eventually, they will disperse here. We've lost a lot of health. We can repair this, and we probably should. In fact, I probably will. But the idea is, if you ever let things get so bad you have enough of a mob that the palace burns down, that's just it. GG. Goodbye. You're done. So, yeah, that's fun. I say fun in a very loose way. That's going to be fun for me. Let's go ahead and set up another one of these food factories. I just want to be able to have that extra production without having to rely on any of the second shifts and continue to burn through our happiness. What's this? A judge was murdered. Oh gosh, it's another one of those gangs. Okay, we have high corruption in the police department. Yeah, that's going to be a thing for a bit. Let's take a look at security. We can see here that we do, in fact, have some exposed gangs, the Black Cats and the White Lions. Right now, we are investigating the lower circles of the gang, and now we're moving on to the second circle. So we found some of the peons. We can start extracting information from them. In fact, a bunch of them are now dead. And using that information, figure out the second circle and then work your way up to the leader. Eventually, when the entire gang has been discovered, you will be able to kill them all. And by kill them all, I mean literally assault them with the police, and hopefully they all die horrible, horrible deaths, because they're terrible people and you don't like any of them. At least that is the idea, right? All right, so we have another food factory up and running, so we're producing a lot more using our grain. A prison break, well, only one person escaped, so I'm going to go ahead and say that that's not a huge priority. Not enough space in a graveyard. Oh, good, we have too many dead people now. Yay! That's definitely not a bad thing for me at all. Uh-oh. Yeah, things are getting really, really tough all of a sudden, aren't they? This game can be pretty unforgiving, I'm not gonna lie, it really can. The good news is we actually are producing a fair bit of alcohol as well as some food and stuff, so, I mean, we're about to run out of grain and this is all we've got, but we can actually meet some needs and hopefully see this go down for a bit. Security continues to be a thing. I do need to do an anti-corruption push on the police. I know it upsets people, but we need to do it. Stop having such corrupt police so we can actually continue doing more crime reduction. Now we're making money. Everyone go to your shops. The more people have needs met, the more they'll go to the shops and the boutiques. There we go. We're capped out on wood. Well, awesome. Thank you for that. I need to do a late shift. I can't because the nobles are very unhappy. That's great. Let's go over printing. Printing is a new research that lets me work on a PR campaign to make a certain group happy, and I need to make the nobles happy so I can continue to work through my research very, very rapidly. So, oh my god, but it's so expensive. I don't have steel or bricks or anything. Never mind. We're not doing any printing anytime soon. That is a complete pipe dream. Forget it. Yay! All right. Well, that's a harsh lesson. Not gonna happen then, not gonna happen. Let's go ahead and get a little bit more housing going in case that is part of what is making some people unhappy and stuff. I mean, I don't know. We can go ahead and get at least a couple more of these wood houses going. Sure, we'll do that too. I don't know. All the stuff that I need with laws, basically I can't do much of anything with it. I mean, cremation maybe, but I'll bet you that takes bricks. I know requisitioning takes bricks. This would be nice because if we built this, we could have troops go out into the countryside and seize resources, which would probably make a lot of people unhappy. But on the other hand, I mean, it would get me more needed resources. So, you know, that would be great, but no. I need more wood. I can't really afford to continue upsetting the workers, though. We can't keep doing this. What do we produce here in the marketplace? Wood. Again, the resource that I don't need. Please stop doing that. Get me resources I actually would benefit from. We have some sort of a mass poisoning going on. That's going to put a lot of strain on my healthcare system, but there's not much I can do about that. There's a reason I opened up these pharmacies, you guys know. The good news is we're making a profit, so I know we're serving a fair bit of people. I think we served 27 yesterday. So 27 people there and 25 here. All of those guys are going to be getting some extra health, which hopefully is going to help me at least a little bit. Let's see. Oh, the mayor's an honest man. Okay, happy workers, get me some more alcohol production. That's actually extremely helpful at a time when I very badly need that. The nobility are pretty darn angry, but we've at least got something back with them. We would be able to technically do another shift if we need to. Yeah, I don't know. I've somehow got to research my way out of victory here. I think maybe I've underestimated the importance, ultimately, of research to get out of some of these problems. Thank you, bourgeois, for not evading the taxes. What is this? A nobleman lost a bet. Anything that makes the nobles happy is crucial right now, just because it's the only way that I'm going to be able to continue getting these late nights. We just have to do that for right now. I really would have loved to get something like some printing up and running. I would have loved to do that. But that is obviously expensive. It's not even just bricks at that point. Gosh dang it, someone stole my grain. Oh no, they stole my alcohol. That's also bad. But yeah, it's not just that. Like it's steel too. So like we have to get 2 more tiers of resources before I can rely on newspapers in order to make this better. Did you steal more stuff? My gosh, they keep stealing a lot. What is the point of the police if they don't actually prevent anything? I don't know, but all right. Anyway, more research done. Excellent. So I could work on brickyards. Anything else better? Sanitation, faster research. As tempting as that is, bricks need it. Start working on bricks now. If I can find a way to employ my workers in some other endeavor, maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to actually start building some better infrastructure that gets me out of this problem, at least a little bit. A general has now been murdered. Okay, so we got even more people being murdered. There apparently is some sort of like a serial killer thing going on here. This is really bad. This is really, really bad. But again, it's part of the story. So I don't feel as bad about story events that are looking really terrible, because there's nothing I could have done to prevent it. But at the same time, it doesn't look good when your people start dropping off dead. Speaking of dead, we got way too many dead people that are currently in our town. So I'm going to go ahead and set up another graveyard, because we can't allow these bodies to continue stockpiling like this. That's obviously not going to work out very well for me. What is this? Oh, I think we may have actually found the gang. Okay, so there's 10 members of the gang. They will fight like beasts. So, question, would it be better at this point maybe to go ahead and set up another police station? You know, it might. Lower crime, but also, it might make a lot of sense to have more policemen so that we are able to deal with more nasty events as they come up. I think that could make a lot of sense. Let's go ahead and set up another police station real quick, and we'll be able to send some extra police. Now, the downside being, oh, we actually have 4 unemployed nobles. We actually might be able to do something. I was gonna say I'm not sure we have enough nobles to actually fill this out, but it looks like we will. Okay, so there we go. We don't have the full number of workers, but we got some. So maybe we can actually prevent some crimes. Let's go here, and let's send, let's say, 8. 8 policemen. We'll leave 1 just in case, and go and deal with this. All right, so the policemen are all on their way. Ta-ra-ta-ta, ta-ra-ta-ta. And we are ready to begin the assault. All right, here we go. 8 versus 10, but I got the guns. Come on out with your hands up! Now beat them up with the batons! There we go, there we go, there we go. Okay. Deaths by disease. I really can't afford to lose nobles like this. This is terrible. Market trade brought me bread, thank God. And believe it or not, we actually have enough alcohol for once. Look how much more alcohol we produced than grain. Oh, man. Finally, something good happening there. Dang, dude. All right, anyway. So we've dealt with the gang. That's over. Thank you. Okay. And we had just barely enough grain to get me through the day, so I produced a fair bit of alcohol and food. Hey, guys, we might actually be getting somewhere here. I'm going to do a late night shift and burn the Nobles Bridge down all the way to 0, which is not good. They just lost a lot more because even more died of disease. But hey, you know what? It doesn't matter. I managed to click the button just in time, so we'll continue working on some of the research. Oh, man, we might stabilize. We might stabilize, but it's not going to be great. I'm just glad to see for once the sad and depressed and starving numbers are getting down to something much more reasonable. For once, dude. For once. We're getting somewhere. Oh, man. All right. I could set up more, like, boutiques and stuff. And I think that that wouldn't be a bad idea to set up another one. The reason for that being, nobility desperately need more happiness and more boutiques that they can visit if their needs have been met, that they can then go and make them a little bit happier to get their loyalty up. That could be very nice. Finished with the research. All right, we're able to improve the palace. Bricks, ladies and gentlemen, bricks! Okay, we'll be able to upgrade that palace. That might even get me some more health. Well, quote-unquote health, in order to survive some stuff. I really wouldn't mind being able to get some more buildings here, but we can't afford any of that. I don't need an upgrade to the sawmill right now. I think if we're going to do anything, maybe an upgrade to... I'm going to do a second shift here for some wood so I can get to researching, because otherwise we're wasting this second shift. But we're going to go ahead and do the microscope, since none of those other things are super important, except for maybe dealing with disease. But this lets me research everything faster, and I desperately need to get through my tech really, really fast. So, let's go to production. What does it take to get a brickyard? A lot of lumber. Oh man, does it take a lot of lumber. I can't even have that much lumber. Gosh dang it. So you're telling me, in order to make that work, I need to be getting myself some more warehouses. Okay. No, good. You know, more warehouses is good. Definitely not a waste of resources at all. No way. No, sir. No way, no how. Okay, well, we'll fix that soon enough. I'm going to go ahead and jump forward a little bit because I'm hoping we're stabilizing a little bit. And maybe, just maybe, we can make some more progress in this video? What other laws could I justify signing right now? Not much is going to do me any good until I start getting these bricks. I guess we'll go for requisitioning. Because bricks should, you know, technically be kind of on the way soon, right? And maybe we can start requisitioning some crucial resources from abroad in the rest of the countryside, at least a little bit. I don't know. Some happiness went up for the nobility. Oh, man. Hold on to that tightly, because we need every little bit of it. Another crime, The Walking Dead. I don't believe that, so it's a regular priority for me, thank you. I just don't believe you. I think you guys are seeing things. I think you're all being paranoid. Hey, we have enough lumber. Okay. By the way, in order to increase the max, what you do here is you go to one of these warehouses and you say instead of storing provisions like grain, you store materials. That's why I needed to get a third one here, because otherwise we wouldn't have had a lot of grain storage, and I'm really worried about not having enough there. Anyway, let's go to production, brickyard, place one right over here. I don't know what resources this might need to take. I'm hoping not much, if any. But we'll see. Let's just see if I can get some more workers employed and do some really good stuff with this. Maybe start getting some crucial upgrades. So it only takes money. So just like the sawmill then, we'll be able to start producing lots of bricks. It might be worth getting a second one of these brickyards at some point. Maybe. Though I am wary of how much money we start using up, because obviously the more industry we have, the more we have to pay, and you know, the more money we need to keep stockpiled just to be okay here. We're getting somewhere. Research done there. All right, upgrades to my grain. Yeah, I mean, more food production is just kind of hard to say no to. So we'll go ahead and start working on some of that. And we should be researching a lot faster than we're used to. I probably will have to do a second shift on the nobles once again. We're out of grain. All right. And there was a prison break. That sucks. Hey, could we possibly do, like, some amnesty on some folks? Because I need, one, a little bit more loyalty. And, two, I can't afford to pay for these prisoners. It costs too much money. So, there we go. Ethel, what? You just had to get yourself in trouble, didn't you? All right, we're working on the Black Cats. There are apparently a few more gangs. Good lord, there are a lot of gangs in town right now. That is an issue. We might be able to deal with, let's say, the Dark Hand fairly quickly. So these are nobles and workers. Let's just deal with some of these small gangs fast and see if we can just knock these guys out before it ends up being an issue. And we've got banditos. I am not paying 4,800 gold. That's insane. You know what? I have more policemen than you have bandits, so we can send a whole bunch, and this should be an easy one-for-one fight for me. And technically, if some people die, well, I don't really care, as long as they're not nobles. I got way too many unemployed workers as is. In fact, technically, go ahead and kill some bourgeois. They're the easiest ones to deal with. Citizens killed. There you go. Dealt with that. Workers are happier as a result. Yay! And more riots. They want my alcohol. 13 nobles. As much as I would love to just give up my alcohol and not have to deal with this, I can't afford to. I need that alcohol just to sustain you guys and deal with the sadness. So no. Lovers quarrel. We need to make the nobles happier at the cost of the bourgeois. That is completely fine. So sure, we'll do that. My train is apparently broken. Okay, where are the policemen? They're here. Disperse the crowd. Get in there. Beat them all up. I'm hoping this doesn't turn into a bad situation, but I'm willing to bet my policemen are going to fall, and they're going to go, yep, they're going to go torch my palace. I don't have enough policemen to deal with all this, apparently. Okay, well, once I get enough bricks, we'll be able to upgrade this, and hopefully I'll be in a slightly better position. I don't know, maybe we have got to get this fixed. 396 lumber. Fix the train, dang it. I'm out of grain again. This is only going to continue getting worse. What else should we research? Political parties. We'll go ahead and knock that out. Now, I think for that, we need to go to administration and place down a council, which takes, well, a lot of lumber. 10,050, huh? I'd have to temporarily set one of these warehouses to stock up some extra lumber, but setting that up for political parties could be nice. And one of the advantages of going for political parties is then you can start working on advanced acts, which is great once you've already finished up pretty much everything you care about here. So, in other words, not the highest of priorities this second, but it's gonna be important later. Improve the sawmill for even more lumber production. I mean, as tempting as that is, yeah, all right, we actually do need more lumber production. I was gonna say we could work on something else, but since we're apparently having wood issues, let's go ahead and boost this up, start producing a lot more. Oh gosh, we actually have some really dangerous buildings with terrible efficiency. Yeah, that's part of the problem. We really need to be renovating some of these, don't we? Uh-huh. All right, let's go ahead and spend some of our lumber and work on that. There is at least a festive fight for the bourgeois, so they're happy right now, which means I can raise the tax rates and it's not going to hurt me at all. We're almost capped out on bricks. It would still be nice to build that stock exchange, but 750 darn lumber. Yeah, I need a lot more lumber. How many leftover workers we got? A lot? Okay. Might be time to consider getting myself another sawmill, though a third one feels really crazy. Let's see. Looks like we actually did discover who murdered the arms dealer, so that's it. Okay, Sir Godric Russell. So we can arrest the killer. Let's go ahead and do that. So that's one murderer dealt with. I don't suspect that that's actually going to solve all of our problems, because there's a lot of other people who died recently, so there's that. But, at least that's one problem dealt with. Should I try setting up a stock market? Yeah, let's see what the stock market does. If this gives me the option to buy any resources, that would be kind of huge. All right, let's go to resources here and take a look. Stock market. Contracts. Good deal. Sell something, we get money. That's admittedly not really what I was hoping for. If I needed cash, that'd be one thing. But I really don't care about cash, so that does zero good for me. Oh, darn it. So okay, well, I'm learning here. Stock market does not help me in the way that I needed it to. We have what we should call probably a bit of a problem. 95 protesters? I've got 4 policemen. Oh, Lord. Well, they're gonna go to my palace and try to burn it down now. We're taking a lot of damage. Okay, but we didn't die. We just lose some money. That's not a big deal, but let's be aware that, these protests are getting dangerous, folks! Alright, we're gonna end this video here, but thank you all for watching, and of course, thank you to 1C Entertainment for the sponsorship. You guys can find a link in the description if you guys would like to learn more. This game is definitely tough. We're slowly clinging to power, but I'm sort of sensing that it's going away, and it's not gonna last for too much longer. We'll see. Next video might be the finale. Hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.